Hi, John with Colorations here. Today I'm going to demonstrate for you a craft that's called Tissue Foil Shine. We're going to use tissue paper and we're going to use some watered down school glue, and we're going to adhere the tissue paper to the surface of aluminum foil for a shimmery finished effect. In order to begin this activity, I've pulled together the following materials. We have tissue paper in multiple colors. Now, because I'm doing an ocean scene, I've made sure I have the colors that I would need for that. I've cut out some tissue paper fishes. I have cut tissue paper into little strips, and that's going to help me make the seaweed. I have a pair of scissors. I have some aluminum foil, and I also have some white school glue, and I'm going to show you how to water that down and make a decoupage liquid. The first step is you're going to want to water down some school glue. So I just take a regular white washable school glue and I add some water to it. I use a mix that's about 75% glue to 1/4 water, and then you just give that a stir. The next step here is you're going to cut your tissue paper into shapes. I've chosen to do goldfish and like a seaweed kind of effect here in this piece of artwork. So I've cut strips of the tissue paper in some colors that might be reminiscent of seaweed. And then I have cut some fish shapes out of a couple of different colors of tissue paper. Now, cutting the fish can be a little difficult for very small children. So if you're working with a child on this craft, you might want to give them a hand with that part. The other thing I wanted to point out is if you want to, you can tear these and get a little bit more abstract of seaweed. I cut mine with scissors. So now that I have my shapes ready, I can just start wetting the surface of the aluminum foil here with the watered down school glue. And you want to get the whole area that you're going to work in coated in a quick coating here. Should be fairly thin, you don't want big puddles. I'm just going to lay this down over here. I'm using a flat brush because it gives you a nice smooth layer. And once you have the glue on there, you can start laying your strips of tissue down. Like this. And the glue is going to cause the tissue paper to stick really smoothly to the surface. And you can press it down with your fingers, and then you can intermittently start adding your fish. The trick to this is what you do is once you have your shapes stuck down with the first layer of glue, you're going to go over the tissue paper with another layer of glue. And I like to work in little areas at a time, so now I'm going to move on to the center of the sheet. Okay. And see what I'm doing here? I'm alternating so that sometimes the seaweed is going in front of the fish and sometimes the seaweed is going behind the fish. That's going to give you a very realistic look, and it will look very artistic when it's finished. And the fish can even overlap because maybe they're swimming past each other. And there you have it, our finished piece of tissue foil shine artwork. Once the glue has dried, you can see how the light shimmers through the aluminum foil and makes your fishes appear to dance. Thanks for joining me today here with Colorations, and stay tuned, we're going to do a lot more fun crafts for children.